Chat, welcome to another alien segment. I think it's been a little while, and there's been some activity. People have been seeing more things in the sky. They've been seeing what they call drones, but I know what they are. It's swamp gas from Venus, and possibly two old men in a field in England. But no doubt it's strange. And that's why I thought we would do this aliens, signals, sounds, and spoops. So, let's see. Thank you to Riposte for making this collection. This is just a series of interesting paranormal UFO-related stories, images, videos, and sounds. And there's 3 different parts. So we're going to do part 1, maybe part 2. We'll see. They went through 150 hours worth of documentaries, podcasts, videos, books, interviews to find this information. So this is their favorite stuff. Crazy. But we'll do, we'll see how much we have time for. All of this is real and guaranteed, not fake, 100%, it says, by the way. Also, Riposte weirdly has done music for Kirko mods. So if you've seen me play Banjo-Kazooie mods, yeah. They made music for them. Alright, so if you're unfamiliar with this segment, I just read weird stuff and show you weird stuff. Let's start with part 1, Encounters and Stories. And what we have here is All Color Sam, the clown, the Sandown clown. So chat, this may seem silly, but this is very frightening. Now, this is real, 100%. It's real! In May of 1973, 2 children on the Isle of Wight, UK, encountered a 7-foot-tall figure with no neck, long, frilly trousers, and odd markings for facial features. After following a wailing noise like an ambulance through some hedges, when the being suddenly hopped away with the high-raised knees into nearby metallic hut, the children ran away. While running, the children encountered and approached the wailing entity again, where he showed them a note in a book reading, "Hello, and I am All Colors Sam, and also collect my pages." It doesn't say that. The children spoke to him for over a half hour, and they asked what Sam was, and the being replied, "You know," then said that he had no name, and there were others like him. The children told their family they had seen a ghost. Very weird. I love that he's got a little PA system. The children hate it. They don't like it. This is the worst day of their lives. And it's just, just an actual Earth PA system and a microphone that you would see at karaoke or something. Next is the West Virginia Vegetable Man. Okay. So, let's take a look at this one. The Vegetable Man in the Vegetable Van. 1968, Jennings H. Fredericks heard a jabbering sound coming from the woods while hunting, described like a sped-up recording. After tracking down the source of the sound, he encountered a 7-foot-tall, skeletal and plant-like entity with yellow slanted eyes, human-like facial features. It had long and vine-like arms, no wider than a quarter, with 7-inch fingers that extended in needles and suction cups. Jennings suddenly understood the jabbering voice, which said, "You need not fear me. I wish to communicate. I come as a friend. We know of you all. I come in peace. I wish medical assistance. I need your help." It said that in all caps, by the way. The creature then lunged at Jennings, wrapping him and piercing his skin with its thorned fingers. Jennings said he was put into a trance-like state by flashing colors in the creature's eyes. He felt it drain blood from him through his hands. The creature then left by racing up a nearby hill, covering 25 foot or more in a single leap before dematerializing. Yeah, I don't like the Vegetable Man. I would not want to be stabbed. I mean, I think, Troll 2 probably took some influence from this because they had like plant creatures at one point. Like there's a tree dude. Someone said, so wait, is the abbreviation for this segment S? Yes, it is, and that's fine. Here's the Fallout 76 version of the Vegetable Man. Apparently, they were inspired enough to throw him in Fallout 76? Huh. That's real. The Voronezh beings, chat. In September 1989, in the city of Voronezh, it's Voronezh, USSR, a group of boys playing football in the city park saw a deep red sphere blinking and descending into the park, where a tall aperture opened on the side. 3 beings exited the craft. The children described 10-foot-tall, 3-eyed, dome-headed beings with a moving red eye at the top, accompanied by a small box-shaped robot exiting the craft. That's really cool. Look at that robot. It even looks like Gonk from Star Wars. That's crazy. And then here's their drawings of the encounter. Right? So it says one being turned on the box robot, which followed them around the craft. When one young boy screamed in fear, one entity paralyzed him with a hypnotic glare and pointed a metal rod at another boy who instantly disappeared. Finally, the trio and the craft vanished entirely. This incident was internally investigated in the USSR, which was picked up on by U.S. intelligence agencies. So yeah, I guess a child is just fully missing. If this is something that happened, listen, if 50s style Danger Will Robinson ass looking motherfucker robots exist and have existed, I would run. I would run fast and far. Just if I could. So this image, man, sometimes XSplit does this, chat. So here it is. All right. Now this one is the Viljandi, Estonia 1950 sighting. 1950 in Viljandi, Estonia, a 6-year-old girl reported seeing an airplane in the field near her house. After approaching the field, she saw instead an oval, silver-gray craft with black tips and a black center, with a doorway. Outside the craft, 4 awkwardly moving entities shuffled around the craft wearing green hooded outfits, speaking to the girl telepathically. She fled the scene in fear, seeing the object leave as she ran. See, now that's smart, is the leaving part. Also, I don't know what's going on with these drones, but if aliens are in fact responsible for this, why do they have FAA compliant lights? That's just what I want to know. Just saying. So here's the smiling alien encounter. Oh my god. To throw people off. Well then, they're doing a good job. That face is amazing. I'm going to have to zoom in on that, but chat. 1943 smiling alien encounter. In May of 1943, a Royal Air Force armorer, John Warren, was walking about a mile away from his base, RAF Ludham, in England, when he noticed a figure standing in a nearby field, wearing a gray boiler suit, with a glowing green box on his chest, and an old-fashioned diver's helmet. When the figure started to approach him, Warren noted it had a round face with broad, terrifying smile, no chin, no cheekbones. He also noticed a large, gray-domed object likened to a bell tent, and a second figure seemingly taking samples from the ground. Warren, terrified at what he saw, quickly walked back to the base. While he originally considered it could be German agents operating on the coast, he later considered the object and beings to be not of this world. Listen, I see dudes like this on the New York City subway system at least once every 2 weeks. But also, yeah, this is like when I dream of like scary aliens, like that one. I had an alien dream. I'll even tell it again here, just so we have it in one place. You know, in the alien segment. I had a dream that I was in a bar in an island, and where there's partying. And half the people were like depressed, and half were just drunk and partying. And the roof came off the place, and green lights flooded the bar. I look up, I see a saucer. It's like a UFO, and it's now abducting everyone from the bar except me. And I look up and I see a green alien with big gray, like dark eyes, like the classic alien, look down at me and give me a thumbs up. And then I blacked out. And when I woke up from the blackout, yes, all in the dream, everyone was gone and they were replaced with soup. And each person in the bar was a soup, and they each had a rating from 1 to 10. And I actually ended up eating one of the 10 out of 10 soups because I was compelled to do so. And then I think the authorities arrived, like the military or something, and I woke up. So, weird dream. Here's another image. PNGs. Some of these PNGs just don't agree with XSplit. Trying to find a way. Okay, this is a weird image. I don't know what's going on here yet, but chat, look at this. No, I really don't want that picture of dogs. Thank you, though. Lincoln National Forest Incident. The Lincoln National Forest Incident was an alleged UFO crash and the recovery of a gray-like extraterrestrial being in Lincoln National Forest, New Mexico in 2016. Picture of the alleged alien recovered from the crash surfaced on the internet in April 2016. However, it was quickly noticed that the alien was actually from the X-Files, Season 10, Episode 1, depicting the alien from the Roswell crash. This incident is regarded as a hoax. Well, that's a shame. That was, wow. Now, that's something. The X-Files also had an alien smoking a cigarette, and if I saw that, I would think 100% that's real. Not the first time something from the X-Files has been used to hoax someone, but hey, whatever. Here's the Denver alien, August 2009, aka the Boo video. Alright, chat, I've seen this. This actually kind of scared me a bit. I'll read about it while it's happening. Just because it's a creepy video, that's why. It's not that it's like, okay, is real alien, whatever. No, this just weirds me out. I don't like this video. Joel doesn't like this video either. I'm with Joel on this one. Fuck this video. The Denver alien was an alleged extraterrestrial entity caught on camera in Denver, Colorado. The footage, known as the Boo video, allegedly shows an alien peering into the home of author and UFO enthusiast Stan Romanek through a window at night. While the video has gained much popularity on social media platforms such as YouTube and the UFO and alien research community, most skeptics speculate that the footage is more than likely a hoax. So, once in a while, though, there's documentaries about people. And when I was doing I have a lot of alien books, and I watched a number of documentaries over the years. And when I was doing all that stuff and looking into the UFO stuff, there are bad actors. There are people who are jagoffs, I like to call them, and people who just straight up will, if you could believe it, lie and make stuff up. Now, I don't know enough about this dude to call him a jagoff. I don't. But I seem to remember there being some bullshit around the name Stan Romanek. Chat, you may have just seen a real alien. listen, to me, it's a weird video to watch. It's less weird now with a group of 10,000 people watching an alien segment on my stream, but it did freak me out when I first saw it. Now it's not actually this, yeah. But hey, you know, here's the McPherson tape from 1998, people. The tape your friend told you about in school. Okay, so I'm going to skip around with this one. This is upscaled because the quality was apparently very, very bad. The McPherson tape was an alleged alien abduction video wherein the family are visited and abducted by aliens during a birthday party. In reality, the footage was actually a 1989 no-budget found footage thriller film titled UFO Abduction. Before it could be released, the original master and artwork for the film were destroyed in a warehouse fire. However, copies of the film were bootlegged and released by Axiom Films in 1996 under the title The McPherson Tapes. You know, since the film was made to look like a 1983 found footage video that matched many descriptions of an alleged alien abduction, many alleged alien abductions, plural, Axiom presented the film as actual found footage depicting a real alien abduction. Now, my friend at school, I've never seen this, but I want you to know that I had a deep fear of aliens at one point. I don't know what the hell's going on here. But I had a fear of aliens because I thought there's no way you can stop them. They can float through walls. They can abduct you. They can... You have no way to survive an alien abduction or an attack, right? Joel's saying this is DMCA. If anything, we'll probably just have to remove it. But I'll just do still frames. But yeah, I've never actually seen this. But the way my friend described it and the conviction that he had that this was real. And I don't know to this day if he believed it or if he was trolling me, but I was about 10 or 11 and I was watching more and more UFO documentaries, and what I was led to believe was that alien activity was increasing. Like sometime in like 1995, 1996, you know, like there was more and more alien activity. And so I would watch these documentaries and scare myself to the point where I couldn't sleep. Now I got an alien roommate. I don't mind. But for a while there, I genuinely was frightened of aliens. And when he told me about this, I tried to ask around, and some people said they saw it on TV one day, and some people said they didn't. But yeah. So that's what, and this is before the internet, chat, so I couldn't really verify. I just had books, and also then I had family and friends that said they saw aliens. But he described it as like a family in a house with shotguns defending their family from like aliens and UFOs. And it was a deeply disturbing concept to me. So, man, Americans are so bored that they believe in whatever crap will make them feel anything. That's what you got out of this, chat member? Oof. Man, what a weird take that is. Someone said this whole video is awesome in a bad way. It's true that only Americans have any interest or fear in aliens, especially at the age of 10. But I just wanted to let you know that was one of those things. And that's the first time, I believe, maybe one of the first times I'm seeing that. I don't know. Could have seen it somewhere else. I don't know. But Dr. Jonathan Reed encounter and photos. This one's pretty crazy. I recommend you skip around the video, real or not. Pretty well made. Dr. Jonathan Reed claimed to be a Seattle psychologist who in 1996 October took his golden retriever Susie with him on a hike to one of the Cascade Mountains and found a strange alien creature in a hovering black obelisk ship. Reed claims to have injured the alien with a stick, brought it back to his house and videoed it, only to eventually have it stolen by government agents who tried to kill him. In 2010 episode of the series Fact or Faked Paranormal Files, the Fact or Faked team was able to duplicate the entire Reed video nearly shot for shot. While this doesn't entirely prove it to be a hoax, the alien research community has generally accepted that the Reed video is a fake. Some tin foil covering a turkey. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's creepy. I mean, why is he breathing like that? He's acting. So this is what happens when the Eraserhead baby grows up. Why would you do that? Why would you grab the alien's head and his mouth? What is he doing? Is he pulling out? What is he doing? Pulling out the alien's eye? Chad, at any point, did you see the alien blink? Oh, there we go. Copyright. There they are. Rip Susie, I guess. That's, someone said that's gore of my comfort character. Yeah. But yeah, it's just that. It's a lot of that. And the dude, like, just getting in there. Like, really, like, getting in there. Holy shit. This is a bonus image. Reedcraft compared to... let's see. To a Lockheed Martin something. I don't know. Diamond concept. Interesting. And then you also have Reed Alien versus the Nazca Mummy. So, if it was real, wouldn't you be concerned about diseases? That's another thing, too. With some of these alien stories, I've heard about people getting alien diseases. Because I have, like, again, I have books of just compilations of weird alien shit. And that was a thing that came up a couple times. People encountering aliens and getting, like space diseases. Yeah, dude. You never know. You never know. I, too, would be somewhat not wanting to get near an alien. Here's the, Colores incidents. So this is... We got here image 10 and image 10A. This is the Colores victim. So I'll explain what's going on here, okay? Through 1977, 1977 and 1978, the Brazilian city of Colares was subject to repeated UFO sightings and attacks by objects that were shining a beam at them and sucking their blood. Dubbing the objects chupa chupa or suck suck. Okay. Like the chupacabra or goat sucker. The Brazilian government set up a full investigation called Operación Prato, Operation Saucer, sending military doctors and personnel to the area in a 4-month program. They interviewed hundreds of witnesses, took hundreds of photographs and sketches of the objects, multiple hours of film footage, or even attacked themselves. So what we have here is, looks like maybe some 3D recreations. Captain Hollanda, who was leading Operation Saucer, spoke publicly about the event many years later, claiming that he was visited by an entity in his bedroom during his investigation, which implanted an object under his skin and that there were over 10 hours of footage of the events yet to be released. Less than 3 months after giving this interview, Captain Hollande was found dead from an apparent suicide.
The captain then describes his last and most shocking encounter. He tells the ufologists that he was visited by a humanoid from one of the ships while he was in bed.
I was lying on my side. Suddenly, a very powerful flash lit up the room. I was startled. I heard a strange thing, and immediately afterward, there was a being behind me, hugging me. It was a rather strange situation.
The captain then goes on to describe the
recreations are very good.
It was 1.5 meters tall, more or less, dressed in a suit resembling an astronaut or a diving suit. It was kind of soft. It wasn't very tight. I didn't see the face. It had a mask that was lead gray, and I couldn't tell the details of the face. I didn't see any eyes. I didn't see any shape.
Man. But what excuse
tells the researchers
what could you have done that you would need to escalate a lie so many times and so high that it would eventually be aliens?
That the
just wondering, just as a thought experiment, unrelated.
I was very frightened. And that thing behind me, hugging me, squeezing me. And it spoke into my ear in Portuguese.
In Portuguese.
With a sound. It seems like a computer, that metallic voice.
Someone said, mate, there are actual documents about this.
Take it easy. We're not going to do you any harm.
So, yeah, that's the thing about some of this stuff, too, is, yeah, there's probably some documentation and studies and all that. Obviously, there's going to be things in chat. There are people here who are just 100%, this is all bullshit, all fake, all attention. There's no such thing. We're alone. Fair. And then there's people who are going to really kind of just believe all of it and have already gone down every rabbit hole. I don't think we're alone. I say this every time I do a UFO segment. I don't think we're alone in the universe. And I do believe that people see strange UAP, unidentified anomalous phenomena in the sky. And I do believe that there are a lot of things we know on this planet, and there are a lot of things we don't know. And that said, I think that this is fun. I think that this segment is a lot of fun to discuss and to see the silliness. And yeah. And it's really cool to like talk about it and, you know, see what's going on. But yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty skeptical as I get older, but I like seeing this stuff. It's kind of scary.
His arm. There appears to be an object implanted under the skin. He says that the alien put it there during his last encounter.
Flexible, plastic. Here, you press and it shows up there. This point here.
Did you ever get it x-rayed?
Yes, but it didn't show anything.
Yeah, it's definitely weird. I mean, stuff like that, when you involve a lot of people and like people high up in the military, that's when I start thinking, you know, it's like, what's going on here? I don't know. Speaking of Rendlesham Forest is a pretty important one. This one I remember hearing about a lot when I was younger. So there's so much. There's full documentaries on this thing, chat. And of course, there's some skepticism here too. But let me read it. On December 26, 1980, between RAF Bentwaters and RAF Woodbridge in the UK, 3 USAF personnel servicemen encountered a strange glowing object, metallic in appearance and triangular in shape, pulsing red light on top and banks of blue lights underneath. As the patrolmen approached the object, it maneuvered through the trees and disappeared, sending animals on a nearby farm into a frenzy, knocking the servicemen unconscious. Night 2. The next night, Lieutenant Colonel Charles Halt led a larger party into Rendlesham, where they and another group spotted a dancing red light inside an eerily pulsating fog. The light then approached Halt's group, spewing forth a rainbow waterfall of colors. The other group reported a glowing domed object in which they could see the shadows of figures moving about. Halt recorded a tape of events while they were happening. Full video has a recreation of the events, but I've timestamped it to parts where the original audio starts. Let's see.
For UFO researchers, the Halt tape, never before heard on national television, represents undeniable
And again, some of this is copyright, but
proof,
whatever.
not only that UFOs exist, that one had actually landed in Rendlesham Forest.
Okay, we're now approaching what looks like a blasted or scrubbed up area here.
Right away, the investigators find evidence of damaged trees.
There's a round abrasion on the tree about 3.5, 4 inches diameter, 3.5 feet off the ground. One of these trees that face into the blast, what we assume is a landing site, all have an abrasion facing in the same direction towards the center.
The team also uses a Geiger counter to check the clearing for radioactivity.
We get a high reading. What's that? We are getting an indication of a heat source coming out of that center spot. Looks like heat or some form of energy.
What they find are elevated radiation levels in the middle of the clearing.
So yeah, I mean, there's more to this, and you can look it up yourself. And there was more though. Like, pretty sure there's no definitive explanation. Skeptics argue about the events. It can be explained by light coming from nearby Orfordness Lighthouse, bright stars, or even a fireball. 2 servicemen injured by the object still receive medical support from the U.S. government. Today, Rendlesham itself enjoys a boost in recognition, hosting a Rendlesham Forest UFO trail and a Rendlesham Forest marathon run with all sorts of UFO-themed entrants. Well, we know where it's all coming from. It's all a tourism thing. Wow. Wow. I wonder if the UK was looking for some extra tourism in this forest. But no, I think it is. This one has a lot of documentaries about it, and it's worth watching. So you can probably just type Rendlesham Forest UFO, and you're going to get a ton of videos. But yeah, it's big tourism. Let's see. The Malmstrom Air Force Base nuclear shutdown. I don't even know how to approach a big topic like this, but I'll just read what's here. There is a 4-minute video with full recreation of the events, but in 1967 at Malmstrom Malmstrom Air Force Base in Montana, Captain Robert Salas was underground monitoring the launch control of 10 nuclear missiles when guards contacted him saying they'd seen strange lights in the sky making odd maneuvers, very silent. I know they're not airplanes. He's screaming into the phone, very frightened. I can tell by his voice, he said. Sir, I've got all the guards out here. They've got their weapons drawn. We're all looking at an orange or reddish pulsating oval-shaped object. It's about 30 feet in diameter. It's just hovering above the front gate. While this is going on, all 10 nuclear missiles were being deactivated, seemingly by the object. Salas states that they were going into no-go or unlaunchable condition. They were essentially disabled while this object was overhead. It took multiple days for engineers to reactivate the missiles. So there's released documents of this event, and I'm going to show you. Obviously, we're not going through all of this. This is supposed to be a Bing Bing Wahoo funny stream and strange little alien videos and all that, but you know, these things do happen. So when people say, where's the proof with the alien stuff, there are a lot of documents. There's a lot of actual, like, reports of UFOs over, like, nuclear bases. I'm not going through those documents. You're probably not either. I don't really think anyone, aside from the most dedicated, want to sit there and go through tons and tons of military reports. Eyewitness is unreliable. You know, a lot more people makes it a lot more likely. But what I find interesting about the UFO stuff over the nuclear bases, sometimes during tests, objects show up. This seems to be like a common thing. It just has happened a bunch. And in my years of when I was more interested in the topic, when I was learning about it, it just kept recurring. So that's another thing that you could go down a rabbit hole on is, there's the discussion of if there are aliens. And I talked to Nortz about this, and he corroborates this information. If there are aliens, maybe they don't want us blowing our planet up. Maybe either they're keeping an eye out, or they want the resources, or they want the meat. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But I find the stuff with the nuclear missiles and UFO reports to be very, very interesting. So, let's see what else we've got here, huh? All right. Here's another incident. Well, actually, before we move on to this next one, the previous event is notable for having documentation to back up both the UFO incursion and the missiles being deactivated. Similar events occurred over Minot, AFB, in North Dakota a year later, or Minot. Robert Salas is among many former military personnel who has recently given testimony in behind-closed-doors sessions to members of U.S. Congress. So this next one is Devil's Den, Terry Lovelace abduction incident. This is the longest story and has been condensed as much as possible. And this is the last big story of this particular part of the segment. There's a lot of clips and extended info. I want to give a quick shout out to the person, Riposte, who made this pack, because they did a lot of really good condensing of like getting just the bare essentials and then including another folder full of additional material and just reading. It's a lot. It's like a whole lot. So yeah, maybe they could make this available or something, but this is they seem to care about this topic. In 1977, Terry Lovelace, a military EMT, and his friend colleague Toby were camping in Devil's Den State Park, Arkansas, when they noticed a distant triangle of blue lights that rotated and rose into the sky. So here's 13A. This is kind of what they saw, which reminds me a little bit of the Phoenix Lights. Triangle approached slowly, eventually hovering less than 30 feet over their camp. The craft was the size of a large apartment building, illuminated the area like a floodlight, shot a beam of light at their campfire, prompting the men to inexplicably go to sleep. Terry woke up in a brightly lit stadium-sized room where he and Toby were immobilized and surrounded by gray aliens and taller pinkish entity, which appeared to download information from Terry's mind. Fragmented memories from the experiences included seeing other people in distress and undergoing a surgical procedure performed by mantis-like aliens who told Terry to shut up when he screamed in pain during their surgery. I don't know if these images, let's call it artists' depictions, even though they're clearly just, they put alien in the AI machine. I don't know if this is going to give you the best idea of what's going on here, but however, that's the image that was included. When the men regained consciousness, the craft was low over the field, which was now filled with 3-foot gray aliens. The men suffered severe burns and dehydration, were interrogated at length by U.S. Navy agents. Now, in 2012, Terry discovered strange objects embedded in his leg, which were found to have no visible entry scars. Terry, now in his 70s, continues to report sightings of UFOs and unmarked helicopters around his home. Oof, I don't like the sound of that. again, even if you just, you know, there's a number of not great potential outcomes there, which is Terry might not be well, or that's just like paranoia to the extreme, or just the concept of being followed by strange objects and helicopters. Just very uncomfortable. But yeah, he does have, there's some interviews where he talks about the mantis stuff. Just gonna check that out real quick and see what's going on.
And they picked me up, levitated me somehow horizontal, and I'm on this exam table. And I want to make it clear that as frightening as this sounds, I got this genuine medical clinical vibe to it. It wasn't, I wasn't expecting a torture session. Mm-hmm. Like I say, there was some kind of medical, clinical, sterile, procedural vibe to it that, you know, I think if I could have gotten them to answer my questions, I think they'd say, you know, just doing my job, man. I mean, it had that kind of feel.
It was professional. It was skilled.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Are those the same mantis aliens that made another guy get jerked? Maybe. Yeah, I mean, I've heard about the mantis aliens. Usually they're like fucking like gooners. It's really weird. It's really weird, yeah. You know, chat, the thing is, we're going a little late. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine this with another quick thing from a different person. Now, this is like kind of heavy stuff, right? Some of this stuff feels a little bit like, okay, this is like, what's going on here? There's dark topics going on. But I also have UFOs, cats, and meats, mystery meats. And one of the people who made our previous UFO segments also sent another one in, and I just want to double check who this is so I can give proper credit. And I'm not going to spend too much longer live, but this one it's cat ETs, chat. I'm gonna show you like cat aliens. Let me just make Octopula. Put this one together. So here's Panther Men.
I said, all right. And he finally walked away. Wonder if we would have probably heard about it by now. If this is true and the friends were not involved in staging a
Okay, some of this some of these videos are pretty long, but yeah, this is I took another quick dumpster dive into ET encounters looking for rare cat girls. Ended up spending way too much time researching lustful fox girl encounters in Imperial China. What the fuck am I reading?
Somewhere near Millenthorpe, Cumbria, they decide to pull off or yet another.
Apparently there's a Watto
British UFO Research Association of Bufora has acquired some cases which describe encounters with very bizarre beings. In July 1965, a couple and their baby son were traveling on an overnight trip somewhere near Millenthorpe, Cumbria. They decide to pull off at a rest area in order to do their business and have a quick cigarette. It was very late at this point, and shortly after pulling in, they noticed an intense red light, which appeared lens or dome-shaped behind a nearby dry stone
wall. That does happen
wall.
From time to time.
Within this light, they could see three small creatures that seemed to give off a slight green luminescence. They were odd-looking, with large, round, staring eyes, a long nose that looked like a small elephant trunk,
oh my god,
and a mouth that appeared to be no more than a slit. They had large turnip-shaped heads.
What am I?
Their
what
bodies
is that?
were round with hands with digits that were not defined. According to the witnesses, two of the three entities had their arms held out in front of them, as if gesturing to them. Witnesses could see definite muscle tone or bone structure, and they did not appear to be wearing any clothing. About 15 feet from the car in front of the wall, the beings appeared. Not surprisingly, the witness became frightened. And
of course, they were
Darrows are
naked.
strange
Oh, there they are. Okay, yeah,
Darrows.
they're
For
Watto
those
creatures.
who don't know,
Mhm.
Darrows are strange cave-dwelling beings with long elephant noses, who were popularized collect.
So yeah, the Panther Men. This is what we were looking for here. There's apparently Panther Men. You know what? If I had a little more time, maybe we could watch this video. But it's beyond creepy. Weird Monsters 3, Panther Men, Dingo Men, Hyena Men, and Darrows. So it's just a channel that covers all these topics. Let me see if I can get just like some bonus material. Just a little bit of bonus material here. Okay, so this is in 2011. This is Meow Meow. Air traffic controllers in the Russian city of Yakutsk claim they were buzzed by a high-speed UFO with female-sounding alien who spoke unintelligible cat-like language. I kept hearing some female voice as if the woman was saying meow meow all of the time. The air traffic controller told the pilot of a passing flight. The video shows an unidentified airplane rapidly changing direction and reaching speeds of nearly 10,000 kilometers per hour. No recordings of the voice. Probably went meow meow. Here's feline beings. You know, declassified Australian government UFO report of encounters between 1957 and 1971 and their weapon systems, page 27, mentions a case where a vehicle was stalled in the vicinity of a brilliant, transparent, mushroom-shaped object having occupants with cat-like faces. Okay, so now the Australian government is confirming this. 2005 near Sonora, Canada. This is what is going on here? What am I reading? Mother was doing laundry and what is this? Skinner? Mother was doing laundry in her cabin when she noticed cat-shaped humanoid peeking outside through a window. They both froze and the entity made a surprised expression and his eyes widened and the ears on its head stood straight up. It's approximately 5'7", had breasts, arms, and legs proportional to any normal woman, had white and orange fur with black markings, much like tabby cats. Was wearing a bodysuit, dark bodysuit. The eyes were almost almond and emerald green color. What? The fitness welt that this was a young lady of this race. I'm sorry, what are these words? Who by accident let the witnesses see her. She did not feel threatened in any way by the creature. She felt that she had some connection to it. So it slinked back along the wall it peeked out from and disappeared. Feline beings are believed to use cats as a vessel, which is why the cats were highly respected. So if your cat is acting too smart, it might be one of these souls. Chat, it says here in this text document that if your cat is too smart, it might be an alien cat soul. Including bonus anime cat alien hybrids. Illustrations of hybrids. They have been described to look like us with light skin, a much bigger head, and huge eyes. And some of them have cat-like features. They're said to be the next step in human evolution. Combining the best of both human and alien characteristics. They're communicating with telepathy and are said not to be able to survive on Earth. Chat, just think. If we keep the human race going, we will evolve into this. So keep up the good work, everybody. Okay. This is just from What We Do in the Shadows, the movie. That's Jermaine from Flight of the Conchords. That's Jermaine. Human-Headed Cats, What We Do in the Shadows, 2014 New Zealand mockumentary horror comedy filmed by Jermaine and Taika Waititi. People claim to see cats that have a human head. There are also folklores of people being punished and turned into half human and half cat form, like werecats and Wampus Cat. Okay, now this is a Sunday stream segment. It says here in this text document that people claim to see cats that have a human head. I don't know what a wampus is, chat. Okay, let me see. Bonus cat. Valkyrie, a very adorable and fluffy cat. Black cats were referred to as devil's little minions. They were directly associated with witchcraft and dark magic. The cat's bite was said to be venomous. Breath would cause tuberculosis. They were hunted during the Middle Ages, and even owners were persecuted. This is just someone's cat that was just included in this video segment about aliens. I guess that's fine. Here's some Renaissance cats. Couldn't find the source for these. Might be an overpainting. Chat, I think I found Tom York. Gonna need that as an emote, probably. Because that is how I feel on many occasions. And bonus cosmic cats, everybody. Here we go. Let's go through the cosmic cats, shall we? We got galaxies in the Leo constellation. We got Leo Minor constellation. Spiral galaxy might have been an active quasar and mysterious green gas cloud. Hani's Vorwerp is its lingering echo. I don't know what I'm reading. The Cat's Paw Nebula. Cat's Eye Nebula. Smirking Cheshire Cat galaxies caused by gravitational lensing. Oh, man. Well, they look cool. They look really cool. That's it for the cat segment. I don't know why I even showed you this. It's just so silly. I'll give you a preview of next time, chat. At some point in the future, I get to show you these freaks. So, don't worry, because there's plenty more freaks ahead. Wow. I also like the difference in the research and the type of shit that we were getting from the first person to the second person in this here segment. But I like that. I want this to be a fun, silly segment. I don't want it to be overly serious and dark all the time, because you know what? If it's too dark, it's just depressing and people start getting defensive and I start, like, the bullshit feelers start going up and it just feels... It doesn't feel like Sunday Stream. That said, I'm willing to cover more serious topics, but I'm a guy who says bing bing wahoo in a funny voice for a living. So if you're going to do a UFO segment or you're going to send something in, I actually had some people send in their own encounters, and one was like, I could get in a lot of trouble for revealing this. And it's like, yeah, I'm not covering that shit. I am not that guy. You can probably find 10,000 other guys on YouTube that are going to talk about it in a more serious way than I would. But I just want to show silly, weird freak aliens. And once in a while, some strange encounters and, you know, unexplainable things that are kind of interesting to discuss. But yeah, I definitely want this segment to have a bit of a sense of humor as well. Which is why I'd like to tell you all of this was fake. Probably. It was these guys. Maybe. Thank you for whoever submitted to this segment. Thank you for watching the segment, everybody. And I know it was a little short, and I still have some interesting UFO stuff ahead, including mystery meets. I have the UFO photos and videos. And I think there's some other stuff that I didn't quite download, so I'm going to get to that. Hopefully we can discuss more interesting encounters and topics. All right. Well, thanks for watching Sunday Stream tonight, chat. I hope there's no drones dropping alien cats and weird meat creatures down by you. I hope you all have a good day, good night, wherever you may be. Thank you for stopping by for Sunday Stream. I don't call out subs, but I do see them, and I appreciate them, and I want you to know that the stream has been going very, very well lately. And as you can tell by this image here on the screen right now, so the streams have been going very well, and I'm very proud of just everyone has been so kind, and I'm, I know there's been a little less streams, and this week coming up is also going to be a little less. Like, I won't be live for New Year's Eve. Oh. We probably don't need that music right now. I won't be live for New Year's Eve. That sounded so ominous with that music, but I'll be live sporadically next week, and I'm just going to keep working on the stuff that I'm playing. And then in the new year, I'm going to start considering what other streams, what other games I want to play, some that I missed, some that are classic, maybe some more randomizers. I'm going to definitely do my little Vinesauce Gaming Awards where I talk about my favorite games of the year. And I'm also going to continue doing the Sunday stream stuff. In fact, I've got some Sunday stream stuff that I was like iffy about, where it's good, but I'm not sure if it's something that I wanted to do on a Sunday. So I'm just going to do it randomly throughout the week once in a while. But genuinely, thank you, mods. Thank you, viewers. Those that sub, those that don't. Thank you to the editors, everybody. I appreciate you submitting stuff on Sunday streams, for Sunday streams. If you find anything good that you think will be good for Sunday stream, whether it be a pack or a collection, I'll say this, and then I'll go. I know not every Sunday stream is going to hit for everybody. I know that some you get the crazy events like the Commercial Chaos or like some, custom game that someone made or whatever. And some is just whatever random trash I have lying around. I appreciate you sticking with them regardless. And I also would say if you got stuff you think might be good for Sunday stream, you think might be a killer, segment, whatever, send it in. Vinesauce.email is the website, and fill out the contact form. All right. Now I'm going to go. Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you probably tomorrow night. Goodbye.
Ooh, a fresh pizza? Save me a slice. That's good. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's... All right, that's good. Okay. All right, okay, all right. Okay, that's good. That's good. It's enough. Slice it!
Shut up! Shut up, Dante.